Yeah. Never dispose of the pen, I'm at it again, we close to the end. The older I get, emphatic I am. They try to pretend, they try to be friend, wreak havoc instead. Look at the trends, can't comprehend my dramatic ascent. I'm heavenly sent, they try to condemn. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the man. Yeah, different vision but the same goes. Big collision off the main road, that's the beaten path where my brain goes. Fuck the devil's wrath off my halo. Hella stones, no Thanos. Hella gold, no rainbow. This is hella genius in my brain lobes. Hella gross as far as revenue goes. Bought me a net for these Benjamins though. You not a threat, you an enemy though. Broke me a sweat, killing enemies slow. Body offset, all these feminine flows. Hardly upset, but you testing me though. All of these stats are depressingly low. Why your girl think I'm a specimen though? Drones and them perks is my medicine though. There's no comparison, black in America, little too arrogant. I just embarrass y'all, niggas irrelevant. I shouldn't mention it, that's royal etiquette. Out of my element, way too intelligent. Grab you a therapist, send in my sentiments. Neck full of sediments, cop me a Tesla and skirt through the valley. Drop the investment in Silicon Valley. All this cake, but I'm missing the patty. Might mess around and just move to Miami. Drums are so loud that they breaking the chassis. King of the grass like I'm Lionel Messi. I am not crass, but my mental is messy. Mud in my glass while my pencil is sketching. All these rappers, but no one impressed me. Most of them actors at labels is testing.
Swolenormous, ya bish.
The sun is shining.
Yas
The birds are
beaches,
chirping.
daddy's
The bacon
here.
is sizzling.
Oh, the bacon.
Welcome to the Daily
Oh, the
Swole.
daily motherfucking swole beaches. Testing, testing, testing. Test, test, test. Testing, testing, testing. I said testing, testing, testing. Test, test, test. Testing testicles. Testing testicles. Oh, welcome everyone to episode 1300 and 95 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What is going on? Beaches, booshes, bustas, hustlers, and yo hoes. It's your boy Papa Swolio. Today's episode, Ask Papa Swolio Live 1395, that rhymes, it's awesome, is sponsored by Everest and K2 flexing on you. Oh. What's up, fam? How are we doing? I hope you had a great pump today. I just got back from my pump. And it was nice. I got some sun. It's been cold in Florida the last couple days, so the sun was out. So it's been kind of coming back and reminding everyone that we are living in the tropics. So it was a little bit hot today. I'm ready for some nice weather. Not really looking forward to summer kind of weather, but you know, I don't complain. The reason why I moved down to Florida was because I wanted to live somewhere. I grew up in New England. I grew up in the north, so I know cold, I know snow and all that shit. I wanted to live somewhere that I could be naked all year round, no problem. That I could be naked, not that I would be naked, but obviously I'm partially naked. I'm not wearing a shirt and maybe I'm not wearing pants. Maybe, you don't know. I could tell you I am and you don't know if I am or not, but leave it up to the imagination. So that's why I moved down here, and it's great. I always feel like working out. It's always nice. You're always active. You're always showing parts of your body, wearing a t-shirt or shorts. It's weird how southern states and warmer climates, sometimes you have people that are obese. It's like, if it's hot outside, go do something. People sit inside and just want to fucking be in air conditioning. But anyway, let's just jump right into it today. Hashtag Scorched Earth if you want to win today's Swole card, $13.95. A reminder, fam, that we have tomorrow. Tomorrow's episode is the weekly accountability meeting, so it's priority access, members only. If you want to join, you can go to swolenormousx.com and learn more about joining the Swole fam. If you don't want unlimited access, you could join the private community for less than $3. So you can get access to tomorrow's release. We are dropping Scorched Earth. Are we excited? Are we excited for Scorched Earth? I know a lot of you are dropping that hashtag, but fam, Scorched Earth, it's the perfect time. It is going to drop you off in 16 weeks right in summer, and you're going to be fucking lean as fuck. You're going to feel great. What a great timing. What a great time of year. What perfect timing for those of you that are finishing Swole season, for those of you that are finishing or finishing up soon the 90-day dash. Perfect time. Even if you start in a month or two, it's a perfect time. It's a great program. You're going to fucking love it. You're going to fucking love everything about it. Just make a new channel dedicated to the naked swole. Well, maybe I should on like YouPorn or Pornhub or something. Swolenormous XXX. That's the new site. That's the new site. Shh, I don't want to say anything. That's the new business that's getting launched. Let's see here. Okay, so I will take some questions. I mean, I'm here. Today's Ask Papa Swolio Live. So I'm not going to scroll back up. I'm going to take anything that's coming fresh. So if you have a question, any question goes. Doesn't mean I'm going to answer it. Doesn't mean I'm going to answer it to your satisfaction. Doesn't mean I know the answer. I'm still going to do whatever the fuck I want, but I want to take your questions. I'm going to try to answer it, but I'm not going to bullshit you because, well, you know that. Swolenormous is fitness without the bullshit. Kind of my thing. Kind of what we do here. Let's take a couple comments before I see a question. Make sure if you have a question, put a fucking question mark at the end, please. Because if I see a statement that's not put a question mark. Do me a favor. If I don't see that, I'm less likely to click on it because I'm going to be confused. So put a question mark. Linda, hey Papa, I lost 8 pounds in a month and I'm super proud of myself. Watching your videos has really kept me eating clean and working out every day. So thanks a lot. Good stuff, Lena. Very nice. Very nice. Good for you. Good for you. Does the unlimited membership cover the new quote programs? Did someone ask that? You're joking. Of course it does. Unlimited's unlimited. If you want to learn more, because some people ask me, hey, what makes Swolenormous X different? What do you have? What's included? Please go to swolenormousx.com. You could learn more about the community. You can click the link for unlimited access and learn all about it, like literally explain everything. Put a lot of time into the site. You know, I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll really like the site. It explains it and it's all there. So do a little diligence and go check it out because it'll explain it better than I can in just a question. If you have something specific, I'm more than happy to answer it. But if you haven't gone to the website yet, breaks it all down. And it's not a program. You know that. Some of you are trolling me because, you know, I hate when people call Swolenormous X a program. It's more than a program. It's the fucking bee's knees. It's a knit's tits. It's a fucking fire. Fire. Steve Cook has left the chat. Where is that guy? Where's that guy at? Doing some plyo probably. Ha ha ha. What about who else have we been covering lately? The Bingies, Bingy McBingersons. We got some new content coming this week. I got some more fire to drop. We're gonna fucking rage this week. I'm amped. I'm fucking amped. So much caffeine, fam. I'm fucking pumped. Scorched Earth kicked off week 19 of Swole season this morning with a great chest and bi pump. Can't wait. You are going to, dude, going right into Scorched Earth after Swole season is perfect. It's a great downshift. When you go through the preheat phase, it's going to give you that little bit of like reprieve and you're going to fucking go in and ramp. All right. Rita Taha. First question. No question mark? No question mark? Really? Hiss, boo. I'm teasing, kind of. I need help, please, Papa Swole. I lost 100 pounds and now I have a little bit of fat on my lower ab. Your ab. I have tried everything, but it's not going away completely. Please help. Your body wants to store fat there. That's what happens. You can do an elimination diet if you haven't. You also probably want to cut out anything that might be disrupting anything with hormones. You got to be careful of shampoos. You got to be careful of body sprays, cleansers, detergents, everything that might be just fucking up your body. You know, I raged a little bit today on TikTok. Someone just blows up the fucking locker room with Axe body spray. I mean, that kind of stuff is just garbage. You breathe that, I mean, your body gets these chemical signals and it's not good to expose yourself to those kinds of fucking propellants and shit. So anyway, you can do an elimination diet. It's probably going to come down to sleep, stress, so meditation, yoga. People don't like to think about, everyone wants to do more cardio. Everyone wants to do more cardio or just eat less and thinks that they're going to get rid of extra fat. If you reduce your stress, that's why Brain Gains, the meditation section inside Swolenormous X, that's why everyone is loving it so much, because when you combine that with nutrition and exercise, it's a game changer. You decrease your stress, you are going to have more success in all aspects, including fat loss. Absolutely. No question about it. Why? Because I've experienced it and members have experienced it. So you don't need 50 research studies to show that meditation, it's not like you meditate, you're just going to shred fat, but if you decrease stress, you are going to be in a better position to metabolize fat and to build muscle and recover and repair. So That's my recommendation. If you haven't yet, Rita, go to swolenormousx.com. Right at the top, the red bar, you could download the 7 pillars of Swolenormous. So it will break down the 7 pillars, what I just talked about, and you'll get the ebook, and it'll give you a lot of background on what I'm talking about. So it's a free download. So if you want to go to the website, you can check that out. I would recommend it. Starting first day of 90-day dash tomorrow. Nice. Why are you against keto? I'm not. So there, that nixes that question right there. I'm not against keto at all. Is a protein drink necessary when building muscle? No, protein is necessary, but protein supplements like drinking whey protein isn't necessary. If you do it, it should be from grass-fed cows. It should be high quality. The problem with a lot of these supplements, and a lot of vitamins and minerals are excellent to take in supplementation, and some different people need different things in different quantities. But one of the problems is the supplement industry is pretty Wild West, and things can get produced a lot with heavy metals and contaminants and improper ratios of active ingredients, and can skirt past the FDA for a long time before they get recalled. So the quality and the purity is a problem. It's a major problem because you have so many of these factories that are either overseas or that do a lot of multiple different products. So you might have contamination. You could have elements from other supplements that kind of get in, because in the same factory, sometimes they don't clean the machines as well, or metal gets in, or bugs and stuff. Like anything else. I mean, there's always a risk of things. But if you do get, like, there have been tests and studies that showed tons, like hundreds of different top level or big name brand proteins that had actually fucking metals in the protein that they tested. So, and there's a lot of like debate. I've read a lot of different things. If you take anything, you could take a collagen protein that could be beneficial for you. Collagen's great for the body, bone broth and things like that. But one of the things that I've also read about protein powders, a lot of times they'll promote, whey protein isolate, because it's whey protein isolate will absorb better X, Y, and Z. But then you also get a lot more processing to get to an isolate. And there's a lot of experts that say that going to an isolate or going to that form, specific forms, get over processed and you don't get quality protein because of that kind of processing. So, I mean, if you're eating enough food, eating enough protein, you know, how much you have to supplement for the average person, you probably don't. I don't. If anything, it'll be like collagen protein with either from grass-fed animals, from a supplement, from a powder you can mix in with your coffee if you do bulletproof coffee, or if you do any kind of mixture or something like that. Sometimes people make like a protein or like a coffee concoction. You might put some MCT oil, you might put some collagen protein, or you put different extracts, you put mushrooms. A lot of people put their little supplements in coffee in the morning nowadays. It's very popular to have all those mushroom mixes and things like that. A lot of them are great. I mean, if you get quality ones, you might feel great. And here's the thing about supplements. A lot of the bodybuilding ones are fucking complete bullshit. But if you're taking a supplement of something that you're lacking, think about this. People will argue some things are a placebo, some things aren't. But if you're getting a placebo effect, you're paying for an effect. You're paying for something to get an effect. And if you get that effect, whether it's in your head or not, maybe it's worth it. As long as it's not damaging you. That's the only problem, is that some of these things, you don't know what the long-term effects, if they have additives and stuff like that. So you want to minimize artificial shit. You want to minimize that stuff as much as you need. Supplements don't replace food. So I wouldn't take supplements to replace anything with food, like in terms of calories. You know, don't be sucking down that kind of shit to get calories. Eat some fucking food. What are my thoughts on gardening for exercise? I would garden for food. Don't think about gardening. It's activity. It's peaceful. It's connecting with nature. It's physical activity. Exercise, that's a loose use of the term exercise. That's activity. That's physical activity. I wouldn't call it exercise. Can you be tired? Can you hurt yourself? Can you improve your mobility? Sure. I mean, if you do, you can move. It's great. I mean, it's great. I don't think there's any loss to gardening. But if you're like, hey, I'm not going to work out today, I'm going to garden. Okay. I mean, what's your goal? Just garden for food. Don't worry about the exercise aspect of it. Just fucking do it for food. What are your feelings on morbidly obese people doing mukbangs? Watch any of the videos on my channel. I don't like it. I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid if you're skinny or fat. Justin's Beaver. I like it. Justin's Beaver. I'm going to have and also I'm going to have to skip through a lot of questions to get to some current ones. So if you missed a question, you can ask again. Going to have to maintain for a month or so. How much of my normal volume do I do to maintain 1 year lifting here? I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. I can't answer that question. Sorry. Going to have to maintain for a month or so. What does that mean? Why? Never try to maintain. If you try to maintain, you're going to fucking lose. I don't know what you mean. I need context from I'm going to have to. It's a choice. I don't understand. I'm scrolling a lot. There's a lot of questions. So you're going to have to ask again. I'm probably skipped a bunch of them. And a lot of these things are my opinion. So if I rage on something, I'm like, don't fucking eat that shit. Don't do that shit. It's my opinion. But I mean, what's the difference between opinion and fact? Sometimes not that much. So remember, you're asking Papa Swolio. You're not asking, you're not surveying 1,000 of like the top scientists or something in the world. But, a lot of these things you just don't fucking need. That's why we have the 7 pillars. That's why the 7 pillars are so important, because most people focus on these types of things. They focus on the supplement. They focus on the latest fad. And they don't have the pillars fucking locked down. They don't have that. You shouldn't be focusing on the supplement if you're not sleeping. You're not eating the right food. You haven't done an elimination diet. You have no fucking idea. You're not surrounding yourself with good people. You're not meditating. You're not practicing yoga. Don't worry about your BCAAs if you're not practicing yoga. Get your fucking shit in order. Get your priorities straight. What are you trying to achieve? Do you want to be fucking destroyed when you're 50? Do you want to minimize injury? Remember, if you practice mobility and you minimize injury, you're going to make more gains because you'll spend more time training hard and not recovering from injury or pain or tendonitis or imbalances. Oh, you don't ruin coffee by adding shit. Get the fuck out of here. Wah, wah, wah. You don't ruin it. Depends on what you're adding. I like black coffee too. I like quality coffee. I love coffee. I know you do too. Let's see here. Go Power Go Go. Hey Papa, my question is on when to go up in weights. Been doing squats for a while now and stuck at 210 pounds for 5 reps. It hasn't gotten any easier, and with no spotter, I'm afraid to go up. When to go up in weights? Well, you can't go up in weights if you can't go up in weights. You don't just magically lift more. I don't know what else you're doing. You could do other accessory exercises. You can mix it up with supersets. You could mix it up with the frequency or the volume of your training. You could do some negatives. You could do some partial range of motion. If you have a power rack, you can go down to maybe like 3/4 of the way when you're strongest, like maybe like that final, 20-30% of motion, and do like load up maybe like 300 pounds and do partial reps. You won't be going, it might be going down like 45 degrees, but it'll overload there are different ways to do it. So, without knowing more about you, I don't want to like say, hey, go do this, you go hurt yourself. But what's great about partial reps, what's great about things like rack pulls or partial rep squats is that you stimulate the muscles that need to work. Even though it's in a limited range of motion and you might be going through the strongest range of motion. And, FYI, you don't have to go fucking ass to grass. Like, you only want to go as far as your range of motion will allow you to execute the movement properly. A lot of people go to ranges of motion in certain exercises that are more risk than reward. And it's more like an ego thing, like ass to grass. With overload, it's not really necessary. With yoga, you should be able to do it with mobility, period, but that's a whole other conversation. Anyway, so because you're doing, let's say, a partial rep, let's say you're just doing the top third of the movement, you might be able to do 300 pounds. Now, even though you're not doing a full range of motion, what you're doing is you're overloading the skeleton, you're stimulating the same muscles and the same type of contraction, just not with a full range, but you're exposing them to a heavier load. So you can stimulate some more motor unit recruitment and synchronization and firing synchronizations. You can actually increase your strength and break through plateaus by doing an overload in a partial, strongest range of motion. And that's like one of the concepts behind, for example, negatives or isometrics or partial reps. So if you're trying to increase in strength and that's a major goal of yours, which is a good goal, that's a good technique to use. Coffee every day, yes or no? I rarely skip a day, so that's just me. That's not a recommendation for people, but if you do an elimination diet, you should eliminate coffee too and see if it affects you negatively. If I miss coffee, I don't have a headache. I'm not, or am I, feeling fucked up. I don't get all banged up with caffeine. Some people get really sensitive and some people get headaches when they drink caffeine. They don't realize it. Lisa Villadiego, good name. If someone has debilitating symptoms like vertigo, can they have a full day off if any kind of movement will make it worse? Well, yeah, I don't want you like puking or falling and cracking your head open. I mean, I'm sure there's certain things. I'm not an expert on vertigo, but if you have debilitating systems, maybe you can meditate. Maybe you can, if it's triggered by anything, that meditation can help you be more mindful during the day and maybe things that trigger vertigo. You can do foam rolling. You can do yoga or yin yoga, something where you're on the floor, maybe on your back, and do a yin yoga class or something like that. If you have debilitating symptoms, you're answering your own question. Like, just don't feel guilty about it. Because if you can't go to the gym, it's the same thing as if like, hey, I have a fever of 103. Is it okay for me not to go to the gym? It's like, fuck yeah, you shouldn't go to the gym. Like, that's absolutely something that you don't want to do, right? Let's see here. Donna, I'm on a plant-based regimen and I eat a meat substitute for protein. Would you consider that a good source of protein? Personally, I wouldn't. I don't like that kind of stuff. I don't know what you mean by meat substitute. If you're eating soy, I don't recommend that to people. When it comes to, and this is, look, I rage on veganism, I tease, I prod. It's all in good fun if it's something that works for you and you enjoy it. And if you've gotten there, here's the problem with that kind of stuff. A lot of people get there or try it or try to force that lifestyle without doing an elimination diet. So if you do an elimination and if you go through that kind of process and you've determined that that's your preferred way of eating, by all means. So, I'm not going to judge it and be like, no, it's bad, that's terrible. I just don't recommend that kind of stuff to people. I recommend the elimination diet so you can determine what's optimal for you, because there's a lot of different nuances and preferences and things like that, and beliefs. And a lot of people, of course, veganism is more than just I only eat plants. That's also you avoid all animal products, period. So there's more of a spiritual and other belief ideology attached to the diet. So it's more than just vegetarianism. So if that works for you and you're happy and you enjoy it, then go for it. I mean, but of course, for the record, you're asking me my opinion, and I don't walk around recommending people avoid animal products. And that's just being honest. Caitlin, hi. Hello. I've been struggling with binge eating for the past 3 years. I want to lose weight, but I'm struggling with binge eating at night. What would you recommend? A couple things. I would make sure that you have first, I would honestly say go check out the 7 Pillars series. If you haven't downloaded it from my website, it's right there at the top of Swolenormousx.com. Some of the pillars that you might be missing are, number one, actually I could bring it up, is community. Community is a big thing that a lot of people are missing, which is why the Swole fam and what we do here at the podcast, the reason why people have had so much success is because if you're surrounding yourself with better people, you'll be more inspired. You have that connection, you have more purpose, and people that are there to support you. So community is very important, but also making sure that you're hydrating, sleeping properly, mitigating stress. So mindfulness, meditation can be very, very beneficial to be more aware of those triggers. If you're surrounding yourself with people that are there to support you when you have those binges, eating at night can be from nutrient deficiency. It can be from exhaustion. Your body is exhausted and it feels like it needs energy. So you'll trigger hunger. If you're dehydrated or you're chronically thirsty and you're not drinking enough water, your body will trigger hunger mechanisms in order to consume food. So you might not be consuming enough fat in your diet. That could be something that you're missing. So there could be a bunch of reasons why, but oftentimes those kinds of triggers can be more isolated when you practice mindfulness. Let's see, scrolling down, so I'm probably going to miss a couple questions, just FYI, and I'll try to find up there. What are your current health and fitness goals? Chasing any numbers right now? No, I haven't chased numbers in years. Just want to go regularly, practice my mobility, meditation. I have a lot of other goals besides from personal health and fitness goals. So it's more of like an overall life goals and things that I'm integrating. I really don't like, for example, those meat substitutes because those plant-based proteins usually get a lot of glyphosate and a lot of issues with impurities. You just absorb, I mean, I've done that. I've done it. I've done plant-based and I've done vegan vegetarianism. It's just like a couple months, like you feel good for a little bit and then it's just I was craving meat. Like literally, I told people that the story I tell is after 6 months, I was craving meat in my spine. I was literally craving meat in my DNA. And it was the most interesting feeling that I've ever had. I've never had that kind of, because I know what everyone has cravings or hunger cravings or, ooh, you really want that flavor. You have a craving. I'm not talking about a craving. It wasn't a craving. It was like a need. I'm trying to think. It wasn't an impulse, wasn't a craving. It was more like my DNA was saying, hey, we require this to continue. It was an interesting feeling. I can't really explain, but that's how I equate it. That, and then, but here's the thing: going plant-based, vegan, vegetarian cured a lot of my issues. But before I did that, again, this is the reason why a lot of people see benefits from that, because they're eating shit quality food. And then if you go to vegan, of course, you're going to start feeling better because you're eating shit quality food. I was eating a lot of meat, but I was eating a lot of antibiotic pumped chicken, like really huge chicken breasts for a low cost. I was eating shit quality. I wasn't eating grass-fed beef. I was eating way too many carbohydrates. I wasn't eating super as clean as I am now, like nowhere near what I do now. So once I went back and I being 100% grass-fed beef, lots of fat, I have not had acid reflux, not once. The quality of the food is everything. It was just absolute proof that the quality of the food, it's a huge difference. Plus, I mean, I just don't eat chicken. Chicken's a weak meat for me. I don't see any benefit for me for eating chicken breast. I never really liked it. Just tastes like shit. Nothing like a fucking grass-fed ribeye steak. Some like real, just nutrient dense. And that's my personal experience. Like I said before, do an elimination diet and you'll figure out what works best for you. You'll be shocked and it'll work better for you. You'll be more confident with what you're choosing because you're not just following some fad. So then if you go vegan, plant-based, vegetarian, pescatarian, paleo, keto, you know what foods work best for you. So you'll be more confident. You'll stick to it. You have more of like an understanding. Oh, this is why I'm doing this. A lot of people just follow the bouncing ball. Ooh, I'll do that. Oh, I'll do that. Oh, my friend lost weight doing this. Oh, so-and-so gained muscle doing that. They just do that. It might not be optimal for you. It's like a waste. Like you need to start from scratch and figure it out. But most people don't want to invest that kind of time. I appreciate it, Pedro. Steve Cook jabronis. Steve Cook has left the chat. Looking for more questions. Remember, I'm scrolling through. Yeah, you're welcome, Caitlin. Just keep on asking questions. Make sure you put a question mark so I'll notice it more. I'll notice the questions more. Have you checked out Eric the Electric yet? Loosely. I actually made the last video. I don't know if you checked it out. The last video has him in it, or 2 videos ago. James Janizak. Hi, Papa. Hello, James. I'm a 50-year-old male, and my question is, should I lift 5 days a week or 3 days enough to get in shape? Well, it depends on what your experience is. What's your experience? What's your time availability? What's your goal? Are you practicing yoga? I mean, lifting 5 days a week is fine if you're trained for that and if you're balancing it off and you're recovering. It's not about how many days a week you're training. It's about how well you're recovering for each workout. So if you think about your programming in terms of recovery more than, okay, what am I doing to crush? Is 5 days a week enough? It's not the right question. You'll get that answer if you think about, okay, am I recovering enough for my 3 days a week workout? Am I feeling good every time I train? Am I getting results? Like, am I recovering for that? If you're not, then you should not be increasing. You should be evaluating your programming and your split and your training, your yoga. So if you are recovering enough, then it's fine. This is why this is why people that build a lot of muscle, this is one of the reasons why anabolic steroids can build a lot of muscle, because it'll help you recover faster. It's not just the strength, but it allows the body to recover faster between workouts. So people train harder more often, and then you kind of compress more training into a smaller time period. There's also a lot of other risks and issues and stuff like that. So I'm not condoning the use of anabolics, but that's one of the reasons why people take things like that to aid in recovery faster. You recover faster between workouts, which allows you to theoretically, conceptually, you might be able to do 3 times the amount of work in the same time period as someone else in terms of recovery and going back to the gym. Like, you ever see those old splits? Like, hey, Arnold used to do chest and back 3 days a week and do all this like volume. How the fuck? The only way you're doing that is if you're saucing out of your mind. You can't recover that much in a fucking day if you're training chest and back as hard as he was. The numbers were insane. Like the amount of volume he would do, and he would train twice a day, every day, and all that. It's like, get the fuck out of here. It's not normal. You would break yourself. And obviously he was taking stuff a lot, but I mean, you know. Steph G, do you think it's better to work out in a fasted state? Relative. Opinion, experience. Do I think it's better in general? Yeah. I mean, the reason why most people find more success, I mean, a fasted state, or you ate 2 or 3 hours before your workout, or you mean you're on like a 16-hour fast and then you work out and then you eat. So fasted versus empty stomach. I know you said fasted, but I'm curious as to what you're referring to. Like, you wake up in the morning, you don't eat, you go to the gym. That's how I do it. You know, I usually don't eat before I work out. And if I do, it's something small, or it's something like an hour or 2 before I work out. It might be a sweet potato or something, a cold sweet potato. But I usually don't work. Maybe I have a couple pieces of fruit. If it's like in the afternoon or evening and I haven't eaten all day, which is usually the case, you know, maybe I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. It's 4 o'clock. If I'm going to the gym in the afternoon, I might have a couple clementines or something, or just to get something in. But it depends. But, you know, if you eat before you go to the gym, what happens is your body will start sending blood. Like, your body gets confused, because if you start exercising, your body sends blood to the muscles. Your body goes into sympathetic nervous system fight or flight mode and starts focusing more on exercise. And then you have food knocking around your stomach, and then your body says, hey, we need blood in the muscles for exercise. This food shouldn't be here. We can't handle this. Let's eject it. So then you start feeling nauseous, and your body's like, whoa, confused. So that's why you don't really want to eat close to your workout for most people. I've known people that eat right before they work out. I can't really do that unless it's something specific. And if I'm really hungry, it might be necessary. How do you calculate the amount to be in a caloric deficit to lose fat? Just drop the calories about from wherever you're maintaining. First, start calculating how much you're consuming in a day. Make sure you're focusing on quality. You can check out my content on the elimination diet, and just drop the calories by 200, 300 a day. You don't want to drop too much. Some people just drop 1,000. I think it's too much. A lot of people just go into a hardcore restriction, then they bonk out. They feel like shit. They feel exhausted. You don't need to cut by too much, maybe like 250, 500. I think any kind of aggressive caloric deficits just make people adhere less. That's why we focus on quality first. And we don't worry so much about counting calories until maybe after, if you still need it. It's more of like a individualized thing. But I think quality is much more, I mean, pillar number 2, I think quality is much more important than quantity, especially when you're just getting into it. So pillar number 2, nutrition. Do not pursue quantity at the expense of quality. Your body requires specific fuel to function optimally. So if you want to download your free copy of the 7 pillars, you can go to swolenormousx.com. It's right there at the top. Norma, type O blood types are meant to have meat-based diets, by the way. Didn't they debunk the blood type diet? I don't know if it's blood type or is it just DNA, or DNA related to blood type, because I think genetics play a huge role in it, but I don't know if it's blood type specifically. I never really looked. I'm O, but I don't know. I've never really looked into it, but I never really honestly looked into it. It would work for me. I mean, it matches with me specific. Like that's dead on for me, but I don't know if it's across the board. How many of you know your blood type? Like, what would be, is there a vegan blood type? Or how many of you are O and you just like, you're meataholics? But like I said, I never looked into the blood type stuff. But I do think, I mean, and obviously it's going to have to do with genetics, but I wonder if it's more DNA and the blood was just kind of like a byproduct of that. And, you know, when they wrote the book, they're saying, hey, it's the blood type. And it's really the DNA that kind of triggers that and all the above. Hey, Papa, I'm a semi-pro parkour athlete. There's pro parkour athletes? What's the difference between semi-pro or pro? And I need to be able to run fast as soon as I run. What exercise would you recommend I incorporate to go as fast as I can as soon as I go? Trying to figure out what the heck you're asking. You mean the launch? You mean like the bell, you know, ding, ding, ding. Like, is it a race? So it's like go as soon as you go. Explosive work. So things like box jumps, squats, but explosive, you know, supersets, maybe strength, power supersets can be great. But explosive, that first initial fast twitch action. I assume that's what you're asking. You also don't want to get tight though, because I know parkour, you guys are nimble. Enzo, is it true that it's bad to eat before going to bed because the metabolism is slower when you sleep? Your body just doesn't want to digest. You shouldn't be eating before bed. It's going to interrupt your sleep cycle. You don't want to stress your body while you sleep. Your body's trying to recover, not digest food. So you generally don't want to have, if anything, sometimes people can benefit from maybe a small amount of like either, I mean, if you have restless sleep, if you're not eating for a while before bed, sometimes some like healthy fats before bed, like MCT oil or honey can be beneficial because it might prevent like, because at night, sometimes if your brain needs glucose, your body will dump sugar into the blood and then you'll wake up in the middle of the night. So sometimes that can help you with more restful sleep. If you have a magnesium deficiency, you can get things like those supplements like Natural Calm or like those magnesium oil sprays. They're very inexpensive. I use them. Most people are, I should say most, but many people are deficient in magnesium. And I used to cramp a lot. You get like hardcore cramping at night. I was just deficient in magnesium. And there's different types of magnesium that you can consume, like magnesium malate. You have magnesium citrate in the oral, but you have to be careful. The reason why I like the spray is it absorbs better. And I mean, it absorbs better and you might get a little bit itchy, but you can get ones with aloe. You can mix it with water a little bit. But if you drink a lot or you consume too much oral magnesium, you'll shit yourself. You'll just have watery poops. You'll have diarrhea if you like increase it too fast. So there's really only so much you can consume orally. That's what she said. Let's see here. Oh, shit. Yeah, turkey. Oh, you guys are talking about, everyone's like, I hate chicken too. People are like, I don't like turkey either. Oh, turkey is, let's see. Best way to gain weight for hard gainers, eat some more fucking food. One thing that I don't like are people that are afraid to eat. A lot of hard gainers are just pussy eaters. And that's the honest truth. A lot of hard gainers just don't eat enough food, but I eat everything. You probably don't. Start calculating your calories. How much are you actually consuming? Like literally, and then eat more. Swear to God, you'll gain. It's impossible not to. You have to eat more than you're utilizing. You'll gain weight. You got to train hard, and eating is so much harder than training. Eating big is so much harder because you got to cook, you got to chew it, you got to swat. I mean, eating is the real thing. A lot of people are worried about, oh, what do I do in the gym when you're bulking up? Most people don't realize the kitchen. You want to bulk? Doesn't matter what you do in the gym. If you're not doing the kitchen right, it's not going to help you bulk. It's not going to give you the energy. It's not going to repair you enough. Madison Wallace, if I want to intermittent fast, but work out at 5 a.m., how long can I wait after a workout to eat without screwing up gains? You don't have to. You can eat then and you could do your fast afterwards. You can eat right before you go to sleep. Like you could eat a big meal the night before. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. How long can I wait? You can eat a big meal at 8 o'clock, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, and you'll be fine for your 5 a.m. workout. And then you can eat at 2 or 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. 8 o'clock is, if you go 8, that's 12, and then 4, 16, that's 18, 19, 20 hours, 2 to 4 o'clock. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Let's see here. Scrolling by. Again, if I miss a question, I'm not trying to skip questions on purpose, but if I don't see it, no one's trolling, which is good. But let's see. What's a good breakfast other than oatmeal? Well, I don't think oatmeal is a good breakfast. I avoid oats. No value for me, at least. What's a good breakfast? I don't eat breakfast. Good breakfast, steak, eggs. I really don't think you should. I don't think people should be eating breakfast in general. You can. I mean, here's the thing. If you're bulking, if you're trying to bulk, one of the problems with bulking is don't intermittent fast and try to bulk. Don't, because you don't have enough time in the day to consume the amount of calories you have to. If you're trying to bulk, you're not going to be able to intermittent fast. You can have a time restricted eating window, but you're not gonna be able to just fucking just pounding enough calories. It's too few time. You need to be eating every couple hours to get in the amount of calories all throughout the day without feeling disgusting. Because then if you just eat way too many calories, how much can you process at one time? You're gonna get so sluggish. It's gonna take way too long to eat. It might affect your physical activity and your workouts. I mean, what's a good breakfast? I mean, the food that you consume, but I generally think that most people are better off not eating. Spend less time, saves you time. You'll be more focused too. Just my experience. I mean, if you do an elimination diet and you figure out which foods work best for you, then those are the foods you should be eating at any point of the day. Do you think it's a good idea for obese people to start weight loss channels? Sure, why not? Let the market decide. If people like to watch it, then they'll watch it. If they don't like to watch it, they won't watch it. If the channel sucks, people won't watch. If the channel's good, then people will watch. Doesn't matter what it is. I make a lot of content about those stupid fucking mukbang channels because they have a lot of attention and they're not helping anyone. Especially because obesity is killing millions of people every fucking year. I think we need to bring attention to the fact that this is a huge problem. We shouldn't be glorifying it in any context. Dylan, I work 12 hours factory shifts and work out. On the days where I don't have to work, it's hard to not binge eat, even if I hit the gym that day. How do I fix that? On the days where I don't have to work, it's hard not to. How do I fix that? I mean, I don't know what you're doing normally. That's vague. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're eating. I don't know what your training is like. I don't know your age and your experience. I don't know anything about your life. How do you fix it? There could be 1,000 different things and habits you could change and fix in your mindset, from meditation to yoga to hydration to better sleep to who you're surrounding yourself with. I mean, not a lot of people binge eat by themselves. They go out and they're eating with friends. They're eating here. They're going out and they're drinking and they're eating at the office and they're eating the donuts that people bring in. If you're exhausted, you're going to have more cravings. If you're chronically tired, you're not getting enough sleep, you need to get better sleep. You'll have less cravings. Not to mention you'll be sleeping when you normally would be binge eating. But if you're exhausted, your body is going to crave more glucose. So you'll be less, and if you're dehydrated, and most people are chronically sleep deprived and dehydrated. So shocker that their body just craves sugar and they eat so much crap and they drink so much garbage shit. It's because their body is exhausted. Your body's thirsty, but you don't listen to the thirst mechanism. So your body starts triggering hunger mechanisms and you're exhausted. So your body thinks, we need energy. Hey, give us some sugar. And then you drink tons of soda and you have more energy. You have a sugar rush, but then you're also on the road to diabetes. So you'll have energy temporarily, but then you'll crash. And what do you do to come back up? You have another high sugar drink like a Red Bull, or you're drinking fucking coffee with fucking sugar in it, or you're eating more candy because you need a boost. At the moment, I try to eat vegan, but when I binge, I often binge on dairy products. Do you think I should start eating dairy daily in order to stop binges? No, I think you should do an elimination diet, and I think you should ditch veganism because obviously that's not working for you. If you try to eat vegan, but you're binging on dairy, your body's telling you something, you need to go back to the source and see if it still leads you in the same direction. If it brings you back to veganism, that's fine. But you need to get to the source of what's going on. I would recommend meditation and hydration, better sleep, and all those things. Like, why are you trying to eat vegan? I try by binge, you binge on. Like, a lot of people, again, this comes back to most people aren't doing veganism for the right reasons. If you believe it's not, look, eating plant-based or vegetarian, a lot of those people are trying to do it for health reasons. Veganism should be about the belief system. It's like a religion associated with it. You have other beliefs. It's not just I'm vegan for health. Veganism is other beliefs. You're not using, if you're vegan, all your products, all your materials, your clothes, everything is nothing like you don't want to harm animals, period. It's not like, hey, I'm eating this because I'm trying to lose weight. Honestly, I don't think people should go to veganism for that reason. I think if you believe that, then okay, you're doing that for your belief system and you're willing to potentially sacrifice your health for that. Some people do severely and some people manage and some people thrive, but people are different. So you can do it right and you can do it wrong, like a lot of things. So here's an example, and this is my opinion. Here's an example of someone, yourself, trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. A lot of people try to be a vegan when their body is like, fuck you, we don't want this. Maybe you're better as a vegetarian. Maybe you're better having fish twice a week. I don't know why it has to be so all or nothing with vegans. Like some people, like all you need is like maybe one meal of fish a week to get all the other nutrients and minerals and things that you could potentially be missing. No, I don't want to. It's like, you don't have to fucking go with like a machine gun and just slaughter fucking cows. Like, can't you? I don't like it. And it pisses me off when people sacrifice their own health for some kind of like altruistic virtue signaling. I just don't like it. I want you to pursue health. And if you're pursuing health and it's taking you down that road and you're doing it right, then you're not asking these questions. If it's the right thing for you, you might not be having these issues, or you're not doing it properly, and probably all the above. What do I think about fasted cardio? That depends on the application, the context. Why are you doing cardio? Why are you doing fasted cardio? What kind of cardio you're doing? What's your goal? What's your reason for it? I don't think it matters. Cardiovascular activity is good. I think people do way too much in general. I think people put way too much stress on cardio, and that's from personal experience and from like a lot of experience with members. You know, if you're trying to lose weight, cardio, you can just do general activity. You could do 15, 20 minutes of a warm up. You don't have to be going and doing like 30 minutes of shit that you fucking hate, or an hour of cardio every day. And people do cardio until they fucking pass out. They wonder, you can tell when you see people that do a ton of cardio, they look like they do a ton of cardio. They look fucking flat and skinny, or just, skinny fat, because most people don't focus enough on building muscle and their nutrition. They just think they're going to run it off or something. I like that. Vegan metalhead. I think I'll have a sweet potato right now. After this podcast, I am right there with you. I love that idea. I love me some sweet potatoes. Do I ever use beer as a pre-workout? No. Arnold used to do that. They used to do that back in the day in Austria. He used to go, they used to go like with a truck and load up like a barbell and all these plates in the woods, and they bring a keg and they would just drink beer and just squat in the fucking woods all day in Austria. Can you imagine? They're out there in the woods, like just guys with a fucking pickup truck and then just fucking barbell and just a keg of beer, and just like guys going, "Oh, 1, 2, come on, 3 more. Now fill me up here. Yeah, come on, 2 more. Come on, supersets now. Yeah." You mentioned something in another podcast about cold sweet potatoes, but I missed the benefit to it. I believe there's increased resistant starch if you cool them afterwards. I've had some people in the comments when I've mentioned that, because there are a bunch of experts that have addressed the fact that when sweet potatoes cool afterwards, the starch becomes more resistant, which is better for digestion and more beneficial. I just feel that it digests better, and I feel better effects when I eat them cold. So I do it for that reason. But I think there's also like that kind of benefit too. But like anything else, there's always people like, no, that's not true in this. Whatever. I like them. Plus, after you cook a bunch of them, like they're going to get cold. I just don't want to heat them back up. I hate fucking microwaves and shit. Will I be able to put on weight and do intermittent fasting? If you're eating enough calories, I don't think it's the best option because you're limiting how much time you have to eat. And usually people can't bulk when they're only eating for like a 6-hour window. You have to figure out what you really want. Like, do you want to gain weight? Then focus on gaining weight. If you're trying to maybe like work on longevity, feeling good, focusing more on different tasks and working with time management, intermittent fasting might be beneficial, but I wouldn't recommend intermittent fasting while you're bulking. It's a little bit contraindicative. It's going to be much more of a challenge to eat the amount of calories you would generally probably have to in a shorter time eating window. It's possible, but would you digest it as well? Would you feel more bloated? Would it just be sitting there eating for 4 hours and feel like disgusting? I can't even touch this question. My doc says I have a little kidney disease starting up. What kind of a conversation you have? Like, you got a little sprinkle of some kidney disease. You got a little KD, a little bit. You have a little kidney disease starting up? What does that mean? Can consuming organ meats help my old kidneys? I don't fucking know. You might want to ask the guy that told you that you have a little kidney disease. I mean, that's kind of like an old Native American kind of way of thinking, right? Like, hey, I have brain problems, so you consume the brains of another animal. I don't think it really works like that. You can get kidney supplements. You can get grass-fed kidney supplements. I don't know if that would actually benefit. I don't think it works like that. Like, hey, if I eat someone else's kidney, it's just gonna fix mine. So I can't give you any real insight on that. You might want to look into that, but I don't think it really works like that. That'd be nice though. My shoulder hurts. Let me eat some shoulder. Feels good. It feels good now. I recently got bashed on Instagram for posting that donut cereal was shit. What the fuck is donut cereal? Someone kept talking about intuitive eating and that no food is bad. What's my food on intuitive eating? I think it's people that are full of shit that want to eat whatever the fuck they want and make an excuse for it. And eat garbage food because they're addicts and they don't want to admit it, which is why when you go to Alcoholics Anonymous, what's the first thing? Hi, my name is so-and-so and I'm an addict. I'm an alcoholic. It's admitting it. And most people don't want to admit that they're addicted to foods and that they have an eating disorder and that they can't they're compulsively, they're just in denial. So they create something else. They create fat acceptance or fat positivity or intuitive eating. Most people shouldn't be touching intuitive eating until you actually reset and then your body actually is ungunked and unfucked and can actually tell you when it's actually hungry and thirsty. But most people's systems are so fundamentally fucked upside down and inside out that they have no business even thinking about intuitive eating. But I don't know. I think it's almost like Russian troll accounts because all of a sudden, all these Instagram nutritionists that all have like 42,000, all of these intuitive eating accounts, they all have like 42.5 thousand. Every single person's account, same profile, same looking pictures, same fucking woman looking, same smile, same little logos. It's either one marketing company that is just, doing all these accounts or there's someone's just copy and pasting and it's like full of shit. I'm so skeptical about all those things. They all have 42.5 thousand followers. They all say intuitive eating. They all have the same layout. They just like multiply. They're fucking everywhere and they all are just, no pun intended, but cookie cutter. Just they're all the profiles are the same. I think they're just popular. If they're all real, I think they're just popular because people want to make excuses. That's why we like holidays. That's why we like the Super Bowl. It's why we like 4th of July. It's why we like Memorial Day. We forget the real reason for these holidays like Memorial Day or like the 4th of July. We use them barbecue. Let's fucking eat. Yeah, we need another reason to eat. We only have Monday night football, Thursday night football, Friday night happy hour and stuff. Saturday night, we have Sunday football. We already have 4 or 5 days out of the fucking week where we have excuses to binge eat. Oh, I forgot we have Taco Tuesday and we have Ladies Night on Wednesday. So every single day you have an excuse to eat, drink, and be a fat fuck. So I don't think we need more reasons. Alcohol is dehydrating because it blocks anti-diuretic hormone, ADH, I believe. And then because it blocks that receptor, then the body flushes water out In other words, it flushes out water when it shouldn't flush water out. That's why when you drink, you piss a lot. You're actually pissing more than you should be pissing. Like it's triggering your body to piss extra. And that's why you get dehydrated. So if you drink and you just drink water along with drinking, it'll help balance it out. So your body doesn't know, and it's really getting rid of more water than it should. So you wake up with a pounding headache. One of the reasons. It also, if you're like drinking a lot, it'll affect your body's ability to rebuild muscle tissue after a workout. I'm scrolling through. Sorry, I'm scrolling through a lot. I think I missed all the responses to the blood type diet stuff. Scrolling. All right, now I'm caught up. Fat fuck Fridays. Well, I mean, fat fuck every day. Fat fuck every day. Everyone's a fat fuck, or a lot of them are. My name is James, and I'm a swoleaholic. Hi, James. Everyone, hi, James. Intuitively, I think they're just retarded. I picture like a Boston accent. I intuitively think they're just retarded. Just retarded. How do I think about Joey's World Tours review? You ask me, how do I feel as if I watch that guy's fucking channel? As if I see these things. How do I feel? I think he's a disgusting display of humanity. I think he's like a depiction of everything that's wrong. That's a fun guy who goes, I'm back. It's disgusting. It's a disgusting fucking channel. I'm surprised he's still alive. It's sad. It's disgusting and sad. Oh, Peppa Pig Chavosa. What? I cannot improve my grip strength. I already tried deadlifts, dead hang holds, chin-ups with straps. With straps? Like, why would you use straps if you're trying to improve your grip strength? Isometrics, hand grippers, but nothing. What can I do? Does electric shocks work? Huh? All right. I shouldn't have chose that question. I have no fucking idea what the hell you're talking about. Shocking your muscles? You cannot improve your grip strength. Of course you can. You're not doing it right. You're just not doing it right. Farmer's walks and shit. Of course you'll improve your grip strength. Like, I don't know what you tried. Everyone says like, hey, I've done these and I ain't grow. Did you do them relentlessly with high frequency, with like short rest sets? Did you mix up? Like, did you really do everything? No way. No way. I'm not buying it. Sorry. You could still get it with all those other aspects. What would be the most effective way other than rest that can help me with resting? Oh, my brain. Oh, my brain. Oh, God. Well, how can I rest better other than resting? Active recovery. Do yoga, hydrate, sleep, meditate. Boom. Done. Do it. Everything I just said. It sounds like, oh my God, you say that all the time. Yeah. Well, you're still not doing it. So fucking do that. That's the thing. Whenever I talk about the pillars and I say you need to get better sleep, you need to meditate, practice yoga, everyone's like, oh. But that's the answer. That's the answer. You know, there's not one supplement you're going to take that will replace hydration, meditation, sleep, fucking yoga. No one wants to do the basics because it takes work. Shocker. Everyone's a fucking bitch. Fucking put some effort down. Lay it fucking down. Lay it down. Don't be a fucking twat. All right, here we go. We got a follow-up question from Toxic MLG. I got you on this one. Let's see. While training hard, will be the best way to cut and lose weight? Oh, God damn it. Your general questions are... What could be implemented in the diet not to drag your energy too low, but make you full while keeping your energy somewhat up? Yo, you need to start. I'll tell you what, go to my website, go to swolenormousx.com and download the 7 pillars. Top of the screen, start there. You need to start from scratch. These questions are super, 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 super general. And you're not in a bad place. I'm glad that you're here, but you need to get your focus. You're asking a lot of inside out, double-sided sword questions. Come on. All right, let's get these questions back on track. Here we go. Come on, fam. Come on. There we go. Papa, you're gorgeous. All right, I feel it. We're getting back. We're getting back. Thank you, Wax Cat. That's a weird screen name, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Thanks for fluffing the beard. Feeling good. Juice Dream, Scorched Earth. My motherfucker, damn straight. Here we go. Do you like Taco Tuesdays or Thirsty Thursdays? Neither. I like Swole Saturdays. Remember, Scorched Earth. Scorched Earth is a Swole card today. Hashtag Scorched Earth. And we'll announce the winner at the end of this episode, Beaches. And a reminder for those of you that are new to this channel and have never seen the live cast before, this is every single day on the Daily Swole channel. You can catch it in the link in the description. You can also check the related channels. So we do this every Sunday here on the main channel, but the Daily Swole is a daily podcast on the Daily Swole channel. Tomorrow, a reminder, tomorrow is the weekly accountability meeting. So it's only for members. So it's priority access. If you want to join, you could join the Swole fam for less than $3. Even if you don't want to join Swolenormous X Unlimited, all that stuff is totally fine. It's less than $3. Burp. Less than the price of a pumpkin spice latte and a fucking pink drink, beaches. So tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern time, we're going to talk all about Scorched Earth and the big release, and I'll answer any questions about Scorched Earth and stuff like that tomorrow, but private live stream for members tomorrow, 12. Don't miss it. All right, Evan Hadge. When do you recommend looking into when? If you want to be a trainer, when do you recommend? If you want to be a personal trainer, yes, not sure. Is the podcast offer still viable at Swolenormous X? Why don't you go check it out? Just go check it out. Just go check it out. If you use it, if it works, it works. If it works, if you listen to the podcast, it's in the pre-roll, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, it's still active. So go do it. That's what Papa said. That's what Papa said. Scroll and Never Go Full Steve. That's right. The Never Go Full Steve. We're ending that this week. So the pink drink and the Never Go Full Steve shirts are ending this week. So today's Sunday. So we got a couple more days. So if you want to go to Swolenormous Apparel, you can get the hookup on that. A couple more days, but then closing it out. Scrolling. I made them out of gains. Let's see here. Scrolling. Bam. Looking for some questions. Let's see. Joe, Papa, do you think if you already struggle with flexibility, it would be bad to add yoga even on the days you've worked your gains? All right, let me see if I can unpack this. If you already struggle with flexibility, it would be bad to add in yoga. Do you? No, what? If you struggle with flexibility, everyone that thinks I can't do yoga because I struggle, that's why you have to do it. You mean if you already struggle with flexibility, it would be bad. So in other words, Joe, you want to add more yoga. Is that the question? So you want to do more. So you're doing yoga, but you want to add more. I read that wrong at first. If you're training on the same day, I would recommend doing yin yoga. I would recommend doing a recovery style yoga. So do a recovery flow, do a yin yoga. So it's not bad at all. The only time you would have a little bit of conflict is if you trained hard and then you're doing like a level 3 vinyasa and you're just fucking crushing yourself again. You need recovery. So on the same day, I would recommend a yin fantastic pair. You can even do a yin first if you're into that kind of shit. So you're in the yoga studio, right? Just do one of the yin classes. So Godzilla. Maybe I should ask more generally. Let's see. Can you talk a bit about the effects of a forced 3-month stop due to injury / almost dying? Great fun. We need a story. If you're gonna drop a sentence that says due to an injury / almost dying, great fun, I need a story. So I might hold your answer and your conversation hostage until you give us what happened, because I want some deets, if you don't mind. But if you don't, I can't make you give me some deets. But due to an injury / almost dying, great fun. I want to know. I wanna know what turns you on. I like to know, I wanna know. Who sang that song? Why is that in my head? Is that Boys to Men or something? Jesus Christ. Just dated myself. I would if I could. I'd fuck myself too if I could. No, well, never mind. Were you still live? I said that out loud, didn't I? Awkward. All right, let's get to this question. And how to restart properly to get back on track. One of the problems with an injury is, or almost dying, or comma great fun, is that people try to jump right back in because 3 months goes pretty fast. And a lot of people remember, hey, it was only 3 months. We think conceptually, oh, it's only 3 months, or I could jump back into what I was doing. The problem is, one, you haven't worked out for 3 months. So your body hasn't forgotten completely, but it's like it's adapted to not doing it anymore. Plus, you're in a specific situation where it's more than just, oh, I haven't worked out in 3 months. You're injured / almost dead, comma, had great fun. So because you were in a traumatic situation, you weren't just like, hey, I took a couple months off and I've been active and alive and healthy. You were recovering. So you were really knocked back a lot, and you recovered psychologically, physically, and all these other aspects. So that could be, I'm just throwing out bullshit numbers, but that could be equivalent to like a 6 or a 12 month hiatus. So I would recommend that you throw out that phrase, get back on track ASAP, because that kind of mentality is usually how people rush it and make it worse. I would recommend starting to do yoga, get your mobility. Any kind of injury, yoga will benefit if you're cleared for exercise, and ease back in with like total body workouts, lower volume, in addition to yoga, proper nutrition, and then just build from there. Less volume. Always, if you're coming back from an injury, always do less. Like if you feel like you could do more, good, go home. Go home. Live to see another day. Never push it, because you'll remember something that your body doesn't remember. Like psychologically, you remember you want to get back to training so hard. Your body doesn't give a fuck. It's going to hurt. It's going to resist. Your body has adapted to not doing it anymore. So make sure you're mindful of that. Coming back from an injury or a tweak, or managing little tweaks, and that's really what comes from experience. And that's why I've been so consistent over my career with minimal issues, because I know how to mitigate and adjust and train while I'm recovering in certain ways. And it builds overall consistency, which is pillar number 7, which will help you, build, be more successful for the long term, because you're focused on consistency. Cara, belle nuit. Belle nuit? Belle nuit? Good name. Burp coming. Hold on. Yeah, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you enjoy this content and you want to see more. And also hit the like button, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do yoga, but I have arthritis in my left knee, so I have problems squatting deep to do deadlifts and such. Can you recommend any stretches or exercises to help me squat deeper? Well, depth, it depends on how deep you're already going. You don't necessarily need to go deeper. What might be triggering arthritis are things that you can do. Nutrition and autoimmune issues that can come from nutrition. You can potentially mitigate some of the issues from inflammation from arthritis by doing elimination diet, by focusing on nutrition, sleep, meditation, managing stress better. Yoga. I mean, it's not just your knees, because what happens if you're not practicing mobility? It could be lack of ankle mobility. And most women, Kara, I don't know anything about you, but I don't know if you've been wearing heels a lot, or you have really tight calves, tight ankles. Most people do. So you lock up your ankles, which affects your knee mobility and your hip mobility, which can lead to more inflammation and limited movement. So it's not just coming from your knees. Your knee and your issues might be a result of other things that have been tight, or other previous injuries, or a sprained ankle, or a broken bone, or a broken hip, or a broken shoulder, 10, 20 years ago. That leads to improper dynamic posture and rubbing and shear stress or whatever. There's so many different things. It's so complicated. So if I didn't know more information about you, like with seeing how you move and all the backstory, but those are just some ideas that can get you thinking. Robert just signed up again, and what an improvement. Oh, you're back in X? Oh, welcome. Oh, we're updating shit all the fucking time. Yo, some of you are I mean, look, a lot of you have been members for a year or two. Some of you actually are coming back into X. How many of you that have been a member from like 2018 or the beginning of 2019 through today? How much has Swolenormous X like changed and improved? It's like fucking night and day. That's what we're doing, just relentlessly adding new content and restructuring, always improving it. I'm glad you enjoy it. The anticipation for Scorched Earth is killing me. Ha ha ha. Well, it'll be uploaded to the account sometime in the wee hours. Try to get it up today, but it'll be up like before Monday morning. I don't, I said I would try to get it for Sunday night, but I mean, I don't know what time. So we'll at least have the first workout available for those that want to start tomorrow. My neck, my back. Let's see here. Scrolling. I already scroll all the way down. Oh, let me go back up a little bit. Let me see. Looking for question marks. If I didn't get to your question, you could always drop again, but we'll be here for a little bit longer. We'll wrap up. Tyler Mallory. Hey, Papa, I cut the top of my left thumb off a couple months back. Oof. I didn't stop lifting, so my left has fallen behind. Should I drop weight on the right for the left to catch up? Oh, you mean your left arm? Should I drop weight? You could do negatives. You can do isolation. You can do extra sets on the left. You can. I mean, that's tough because you didn't stop to address that balance. I mean, obviously, any kind of injury, if you hurt like your left leg and you keep on crushing your right leg, that's one of the problems with having an injury on one side. You compensate. So when people hurt, they sprain their ankle on their left side, they lean more on their right leg. And if you go to therapy or you hurt your left leg, what do? They do therapy on the left leg, but the problem goes to the right leg because the right leg has been holding the entire body, and then your whole posture has been twisted to lean on the right leg more because the left leg was injured. Same thing with your hand. So there's a lot of other aspects that come from an injury. When you hurt one hand, you're using the other one more, which means you're twisting differently, using your right hand or left hand or whichever it is. I know for you, it's your right, but you're using the right hand or your left hand, whichever hand you hurt, to do all the hand stuff or most of it more than you would normally. So you'll twist more, which can lead towards oblique imbalances, which can lead to rotations while you squat, which can lead to twisting on the hips and the knees. And then you can have knee pain or tendonitis over time. Because a lot of these things, after you get better, you never fix the bad habit that you acquired over the couple months where you were dominating with one side. So you create imbalances because of those repetitive movement patterns. So you can drop the weight. I mean, you're going to have to, I mean, it's just the time. It's the time that you offset to the other side. So it's going to take time. It might take several months. So just keep hammering it. Nothing too bad. Oh, here we go. We got the almost died injury. Just first screwed my knee and then had gallbladder stones, almost killing my liver and pancreas. Oh shit. I don't think that's a good time. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good time. Well, I'm glad you're better. Item, is that your name? Item Karkajs. Got some fucking names here, fam. Got some fucking names. I lost 141 pounds in 3 years naturally by eating clean and exercising. I feel amazing. I don't have that much excess skin, but it's there. Do you have any tips on how to reverse it aside from building muscle? I don't. It could be, I don't think topical creams really work that well. Could be, I don't know if collagen proteins or collagen supplements would help any. I know a lot of excess skin has to be surgically removed because skin stretches to accommodate more size and more subcutaneous fat. So it doesn't always rebound. If anyone else has, we always get these questions and I usually just defer to, you need to go seek a professional to say like, hey, we might have to cut this off. It's not always possible to shrink it or to minimize it. Lee Gar would love to hear a peer review on James Grage and his RBT workout. What's RBT? Do you do any RBT videos? resistance band training. I've never seen RBT as like a acronym. I actually know James, nice guy. He lives down here. I haven't talked to him in a while. I haven't run into him in a while, but I spent some time with him. Nice dude. Let's see. And yes, I do resistance band training and stuff. Actually, that's one of the new things that is launching soon. We shifted gears inside Swolenormous X to accommodate for Scorched Earth and some other things. So that's one of the things that's coming to the Swollen 7. So we have Swollen 7 Core that's coming. We have the Swollen 7 Mobility already, but Swollen 7 Core and Swollen 7 Strength. So the Swollen 7 Strength will be great for limited time. It'll be great for home, and it'll be great for travel. So it'll be like light dumbbells, maybe, light dumbbells at home or something that you might have at like a hotel gym, but it'd be more band based. So it's gonna be more like 7-minute strength training, things like where you're traveling or you just want a little bit of a workout, things you can loop, or great for beginners, great for a warm up, great for traveling, like I mentioned, great for time constraints. So resistance bands are great. It's a component, it's a tool. But here's the thing, it depends on what your goal is and what your lifestyle is and what you're trying to achieve in your personal situation, because it's like being a mechanic. You have a lot of tools in your shop, but you're not going to use them all every day. So it's okay to have bands. You might not use bands every day. It's great to have barbells and dumbbells. You might not use each of those every day. You might not do barbells every day. Maybe you're the kind of person that does barbell all the time. Okay. You're not going to use cables every day, but cables can be great. I use cables today. I use dumbbells today. I use barbells today. Did I use bands? I didn't use bands today. Oh my God. Right? So they're tools. So resistance is resistance. And there's different types of resistance. There's chains, there's bands, there's cables, there's barbells, there's dumbbells, there's body weight, there's manual, there's swimming, there's water resistance. It's just external force, and your body has to create internal tension to overcome it. And of course, where is that force? Bands will have a progressive overload. Cables will have more of a consistent. You can customize a direction because the cable themselves and the weight stack negates the directional pull. So you can get tension coming from different angles. So cables can be great. Depends on the application. But here's one of the things that people get lost on. Because there's so many different options, people try to do all of them. And that's a problem because your body doesn't have the ability to adapt to any one thing properly. You're just doing random stuff. You don't have to do everything. Quite the opposite. You should focus on the basics of overload, and that will get you the most results. But that can be perceived as boring. Oh, it's the same old thing, and shouldn't I mix it up? And that's why a lot of people don't get results. They change things up too much. They don't hammer the basics, and they get bored. Well, I'll keep my gains. Thank you. Craps due to electrolyte imbalance, particularly potassium, Gatorade, Powerade, Pedialyte. Do not drink any of that fucking shit. Don't drink Gatorade. Don't drink Powerade. Don't drink Pedialyte. Get the fuck out of here. And I have nothing against you, Norma, but if you have electrolyte imbalance, don't consume that garbage trash. You can consume electrolytes. Take a magnesium supplement. Eat some fruit. Drink some water. Put some Celtic sea salt in your water. You'll be fine. I haven't had a Gatorade. I haven't had a Powerade. I've never had Pedialyte. I haven't had a Gatorade fucking years. Probably a decade or two. At least a decade. Last time I had a Gatorade. I don't think it could possibly have been that long. Easily 5, 6, 7 years. Easily. Okay, Melissa Marie, do you need to finish the elimination diet before you begin the 90-day dash? That's a great question. Do you need to finish the elimination diet before? The way the 90-day dash is designed to be done congruently, but with the understanding that the elimination diet is not a performance diet. So some people like to start with their training right away and then kind of slowly, it depends on how you do the elimination. You could do a specific, you could do a progressive elimination, or you can do like a total clean sweep. So you might be like, hey, I want to start the 90-day dash. I don't want to necessarily, redo or revamp everything. Some people like to attack their training first and then work on their nutrition gradually. Some people want to do their nutrition first and focus on that and do yoga, meditation, and then get involved with training. I recommend that people do because you don't want to overload yourself by trying to do a program, like a whole new program in a different way, and get your nutrition all completely changed. And you're doing this. It's too many habits at once. So you really want to focus your attention on one thing. So some people like to go after the food first. Some people want to go after the training first. So if you go after the training first, I would do like, generally you could do it. Some people can do it as long as you're getting enough calories, because an elimination diet doesn't mean you're cutting out any major food group. You're not cutting out all carbs. You're not cutting out all protein. You're not cutting out all fat. So you're not going without. An elimination diet doesn't mean you have a nutrient deficiency. It just means you're cutting out commonly inflammatory foods to start testing and see what works. Doesn't mean you're going to get all the information or it's going to be perfect, but you are focusing on what foods make your body feel a certain way. And one of the problems, or one of the conflicts, or things you have to be aware. I wouldn't say it's a problem. I think it's a challenge. Something you have to be aware of is if you are starting a new program, you've never really done yoga before. You've never done stabilization training. You're just brand new in Swolenormous X. You're doing the 90-day dash. You're moving in so many different ways and you're doing so many different things. It's going to be hard to tell if you're feeling sore or sluggish or exhausted from the first couple days because you did yoga, you've never done it before, and you feel sore and achy and kind of drained, or it's because you cut out grains and you cut out dairy. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a lot of new stimuli at the same time. It's going to be hard to sift through that and parse that out. So you don't have to finish it completely. But if you have your nutrition on lock and you feel good, you could definitely do the 90-day dash. You can do primer week. You can ease into it. You can cut back on the volume. And if you have any questions or you want to adjust and tweak and you want to maybe cross-check something, just post up in the group and we'll get to it. So that's kind of a yes or no answer. I try to give a lot more information so you can kind of take from it what you need or what you can. Let's see here. Scrolling. I made sick fucking gains. Talking about blood. You guys are talking to each other, responding to each other, looking for a question. Do you have any siblings? I have a sister. That's a great question. What a great question. How many times a week do you recommend shopping for groceries? As many as you need. If you like to get fresh veggies and stuff, some people like to go to the store every day. Some people like to order their food online. Some people don't like to go anywhere if I don't have to. Some people like things delivered right to their door. I recommend not going often if you have issues in impulse buying and you're trying to lose weight and you have a lot of issues. One of the best things that you can do, here's the deal. One of the best fucking things that you can do if you have issues with eating and buying shit food, one, you don't bring it into your fucking house. And two, you Instacart it. You have them bring it curbside. You have them deliver the food. You eat, you're full. You ate a good meal, healthy food. You're satisfied. You're in a good state of mind. Then you go shopping. Don't go shopping hungry. Order your food, pick it up or have it delivered if you can, or have it bring it to the curbside. You could order online and then you pull up and they'll bring it out to your car. And then you don't go in. You're not tempted by all the end caps. You're not tempted by the sales. You're not tempted by the cravings. It's a smart thing to do. I do it because it saves time. Plus, when I go in, I don't buy shit just because I'm already past all that. Tiffany 10. Hey, Papa, love the channel. Thanks, Tiff. Quick question. How do you deal with roommates not on a fitness journey? Trying to eat clean has been challenging since their food is all over the apartment. How do you deal? You move out or you just ignore it? You lead by example. I mean, you don't care if they do it. If they're not on a fitness journey, fuck them. If you're on it, then do it. Do you. Ignore it. They leave food all over the apartment. So what? Are they force feeding you? Are they tying you to a chair and trying to feed it to you? Or is it just around and you're like, oh my God, I'm tempted. Get over it. Or move out. Find better roommates. I mean, you could have thought about those answers yourself. So it's not like it's but here's one of the things about that. That is, again, here's an example, everyone. So right there, I'll bring it up again for a question. This is number 1, right? Sound familiar, everyone? This is number 1. This is pillar number 1. Your environment is a reflection of your choices. It will shape who you are and who you will become. Who you surround yourself with. So if your community sucks, Tiffany, I would recommend, honestly, get a good community. Surround yourself with good people. You found an amazing community here, and you could even go deeper. You could join the Swole fam, and I've mentioned it before. If you just want to join the group, it's less than $3. So you can surround yourself with good people, and you could ignore your roommates and post up in the group and get a lot of great feedback and see a lot of inspiring stories and stay focused. Put your blinders on. Ignore that shit. You have no option unless you don't. If you don't move out, then don't complain. If you can move out, you have to deal with it. If you can move out, then fucking move out. Josh, I've been doing face pulls at the end of workouts. Would it be better to start off with them? Depends on what we're going for. That's great. Any kind of things. You could do face pulls. You could do posterior deltoid. You could do floor cobras. You could do prone press. You could do YTAs. You could do a lot of different stuff. People like fucking bust a nut. They're always like jerking off about face pulls. I mean, I've gotten most of my results from not doing face pulls. I do them on occasion. You don't have to fucking do them all the time, but they're great. There are many ways to work these muscles. There are many ways to work these types of muscles. So you can do them in pieces. You could do all of them. I recommend adding them at the beginning. Do them for a warm up. They're great. You can do them at the end too. You could do both. It's great for a warm up. Just don't fatigue yourself. If you've never done them before, I would be careful doing them first. If you've never done them before, I would do them first when you're rested. I wouldn't go to failure, and I wouldn't do a lot of volume if you're brand new, because you don't want to fatigue the muscles, because those are the ones that are stabilizing. You're getting the external rotators, you're getting the posterior rotator cuff, you're getting the posterior deltoid, you're getting the middle and lower trap. So you're getting a lot of muscles that need to be firing, but they're also going to be weak when you first start hitting them. So you don't want to crush. You want to activate them when you're rested, but you don't want to exhaust them and then go into a back workout and then your scapula is not stabilizing, or these muscles are already fatigued and then you strain something. So they're great. They're great. Face pulls, yoga, all those other exercises I mentioned, they're fantastic. Just do them. Make sure you're doing them right. Make sure you're doing them right. Don't do them from a low standpoint, because you're going to shrug up. You want to get a little bit of a high angle and pull back, and make sure that you're not arching your back. Make sure you're not, you're not dropping your elbows. You're welcome, Jill. Thanks for the compliment and the feedback. Thank you for introducing proper training recovery to my weightlifting routine. You're very welcome. Will I be at the Arnold Sports Festival? Absolutely not. No chance. Let's see here. Scrolling. What are your views on fasting? Fasting's great. Fasting's great. 1 meal a day? I don't know. I kind of eat 1 meal a day, but I eat for a while. I don't really say I have one meal. I kind of have like a large eating period. I get some calories too during the day. Time restricted eating windows, intermittent fasting, your individual preference on fasting will depend. Fucking hell. That was a good one, right? Oh, yay. Yay. Let's see. What do you do when you wake up because your little one has a pseudo croup attack? Calm him down and watch Papa Swolio. What's a croup attack? Pseudo crap attack? Is that something that I don't know, or is that a misspelling? I'm just so brain farting on what a croup is. But I'm glad you're here. Gorsh, I'm glad you're here. What up? Picnic? What up? Picnic. Do you recommend lean bulking or recomposition in terms of putting on muscle mass? I think you should fucking lift heavy and eat some solid fucking food. I'm so tired of hearing about lean bulking and recomping. God, as if everyone's and this is nothing against you, Nick, as if everyone's a fucking scientist. You watch a couple of videos and you're like, oh my God, recomp, and I'm going to eat this and manage and get the fuck out of the scale. Get the fuck out of your calculating. Just eat better food and train like a beast. You'll build plenty of muscle. Focus on building muscle. Everyone's always trying to recomp, as if you're going to build so much muscle you have to mitigate how much you gain. People need to train harder and stop being such fucking cunts. Eat big, eat quality food. You'll lean bulk, you'll put on some fat, but you're supposed to. Stop trying to like sit around like 5% body fat. You're not a pro bodybuilder. You're not a fitness model. You're not on juice. It's like eat big and fucking lift. Build some size, build some fucking muscle. But I'm skinny fat. Eat and fucking lift. Go hardcore bodybuilding. Just fucking lift, train. You will love what comes from it. Everyone's trying to do all this athletic shit and jumping around and like but everyone wants to have a good body. So you need to bodybuilding, yoga, you'll get your range of motion, you'll get your recovery. It's a great combination. And there are many different facets. When I say bodybuilding, I'm not talking about the sport of bodybuilding. I'm talking about building your body, like the building of the body. I think you should fucking lift like a monster and eat solid fucking food. You'll be great. Tess Hornaday, what up? This is Tess Hornaday, everybody. Say hello. Put Tess Hornaday right there. You can't see her because of the Daily Swole logo. I moved the logo. Oops. I'm scrolling. We're going to wrap up in a moment. I got a shitload to do. If you guys want Scorched Earth tomorrow. Got a lot to do. How long should you rest between sets? Arbitrary. Depends on the goal, depends on the program, depends on your experience, depends on the volume, depends on everything. How long should you until you're rested? That depends. So it's a vague question, so you get a vague answer. Croup is like a persistent cough. Really? That's a thing? No way. An upper rest? I've never heard of it. Good. I'm glad I've never heard of it. It goes both ways. Some people are born with a predisposition to build mass, and most people are built with a predisposition to not work hard, be consistent, be patient, and train like a beast. I think it's a little bit of both. Everyone can see some serious fucking gains if they prioritize at number one. Most people just don't put in the effort enough. And some people put in a ton of effort and are able to put on mass. And you have those people, when you combine their genetics with their passion and then they have amazing results. Oh my God, but so-and-so does it. Yeah, because they also put in a lot of tons of fucking work. I know a lot of people that have great physiques that aren't, let's say, a bodybuilding genetics, but they still have a lot of results. Most people just don't train hard enough. Facts, fam, facts. Everyone acts like they train so fucking hard. You don't. Get the fuck out of here. Then why do you look like shit? You do everything right. Okay, well then you have results. But I did this. Okay, it's not good for you. It's not working for you. How do I know? You're proving it. You said you do these things and you don't have results. It's because you're not doing it right. But it's okay. A lot of people are like offended or they're, oh my God, but as if what they're doing has to be right. No, it doesn't have to be right. You're going to fail and get it wrong until you get it right. Just keep on doing the wrong shit and checking it off your list. But when you do it, you have to give full effort. But here's another thing. Most people are doing things without the right reason. They're just doing shit. They're just doing a program. They're just doing a diet. If you're starting from the right standpoint, you're starting with the right mindset. It's like you're pursuing it. It's more like the process of chipping away, of figuring out what works best. You know what I'm saying? But if you just jump right to the end, like, oh, I'm going to try vegan. I'm going to try carnivore. I'm going to try this. You're throwing a dart and you might hit a couple bullseyes, but you might be missing a lot of other ones because you didn't build from the ground up. You're trying to go from the top down, and that's not really the best way to do it. You don't really learn a lot. I appreciate it, Nick. I think you preach the most simple and effective way to be extremely healthy, strong, consistent, hardworking person you can be. That's actually the goal. Actually, let's take a moment right now for those of you that don't know about the 7 pillars, because I think if you focus on the most basic things, you'll get the most results because most people don't get the basics. If you don't build, if every pillar is a floor of a skyscraper, well, if you don't build the first 7, you're not going to have 8 through 100. And most people are trying to start on 56. Everyone tries to complicate it. If people complicate shit, they can sell you an easy solution. Well, it's so complicated. Just take this pill and lose weight. Yeah. Fucking tools. All right, let's go over this. Pillar number one. Remember, keep on dropping that hashtag scorched earth. We'll be doing this giveaway in a second. We'll have a little water break too for you thirsty bitches. Pillar number one, community. Your environment is a reflection of your choices. It will shape who you are and who you will become. Boom. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're not already. Don't be a boosh. Nutrition. Pillar number two, do not pursue quantity at the expense of quality. Your body requires specific fuel to function optimally. Pillar number three, training. Pursue a training protocol designed for your specific needs. Boom. Pillar number four, recovery. Actively invest in your physical and psychological repair. You are not a passenger. Pillar number five, mobility. Your ability to move through space is a unique privilege. Do not take it for granted. If you want that water break, drop some eggplants and some water droplets. Will's got it. Will's got it. Just copy Will. Copy Will if you want that. If you want that fucking water break. If you want some water break, get it. Pillar number six, mindfulness, yaboosh. Control what you can control and release what you cannot. Find stability in the struggle and peace in your process. And pillar number seven, consistency. Execution is everything. Passion and purpose will forge this pillar in perpetuity. If you got those other ones locked down and you fucking execute on the daily, you're going to get amazing results. No fucking way you're not. No fucking way you're not. Yo, I'm telling you, I am telling you, if you follow the 7 pillars, you will get results. How are you not going to get results? If you're focusing on eating quality food, if you're training properly, you're surrounding yourself with good people, you're allowing recovery, you're making sure you're programming your nutrition, your everything, your meditation, you're filling your cup, you're focusing on mobility, you're meditating, and you're consistent as shit, you're going to get great results. Get the fuck out of here. Most people aren't doing half of those things. Most people don't meditate. All right. Well, you're missing a pillar. Most people don't do yoga. You're missing 2 pillars. Most people cheat and they eat shit food. You're missing 3 pillars. Most people don't recover enough. You're missing 4 pillars. Most people surround themselves with shitty people. You're missing 5 pillars. Most people take too many days off. They fall off. They don't get back on. You're missing 6 pillars. You're missing consistency. The last thing is the training. And most people don't train hard enough. They're not doing the right shit. So most people aren't doing any of them. Most people aren't doing any of them. And that's just the fact. So you wonder why you don't get results. It's not because you're not taking away protein. It's because you're not doing the basics. Any of them. Any of them. Let's get a fucking water break. Water break, beaches? Come on, you want a water break? Let's go. Drop some eggplants. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's go. Oh. Let's get some water. Here we go. Come on, kitty. Kitty? Come on. Come on. Water break. Water break, peaches. You ready? Here we go. 3. You're right. Come on. I want some eggplants and some water droplets. Bust a nut in the comments. Let's bust a nut. Bust a nut. I said bust a nut. Bust a nut. I said bust a nut. Ooh, why is that blue? Oh, I hate that blue light. Hold on a second. Why is night? You know what's shitty about night shift on my computer? I always try to turn it on all the time. I always want it on, and then it goes off. I fucking hate it. I want it on all the time. There's no option for all the time. There's not a single time that I don't want it on. And I don't have an option to leave it on all the time. I have to make it from like 7 p.m. to 6:59 the next day. Oh, 1 minute. So then always around this time, like 1 minute, all of a sudden it goes blue and it blinds the fuck out of me. It's like, can't you just make a setting? I don't want any blue light. Get the fuck out of my face. All right, I'm pissed now. Now I'm in a good mood. Now I want some water break. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty from all this anger and raging. Here we go. Everyone get your water. Remember, awkward, uncomfortable noises. And chug. 3, 2, 1. Dance time. Come on, kitty. There you go. Good kitty. Good kitty. Yes. Good kitty. Yow. Yow. I think I got it all. That's what she said. Nah. Did I get it? Usually I take the top off, but I sucked it through the straw, so I missed that last little bit, like the gunch water at the bottom. Killer. Nailed it. Nailed it, Beesh. I'm new and you're hilarious. Spank you, Legally Blonde. Spank you. Scorched Earth, we're so close. We're close. You guys are probably going to have to download it in the morning, so I don't think you're getting it tonight, but you'll get it before you wake up in the morning. Ooh, oh, that's a good idea. That's a good point. How about change the setting so that the minute of blue light happens while you are sleeping? That would make sense, wouldn't it? Well, sometimes I'm up late. That's a really good point. I just think I made the setting and then all right. Awkward silence. Let me do that right now. Awkward. Why don't you just change the time? Damn it. Stop making sense. I hate it when you do that. Let's see. Let's do 4 a.m. to 3:59 a.m. So if I see it turn to blue, I should be in fucking bed. So we'll do it then. Very smart. Thank you. A little embarrassing. Papa, it's Phil Gerard's birthday. It's Phil's birthday? Phil, is it your birthday today? Wait, hold on a second. Is it Phil's birthday? Negative. I need the new program ASAP. Well, it might not be. You'll probably have to do it in the morning. Or you start on Tuesday or Monday. No guarantee. I don't know if it'll be up. I mean, we're going late today, so I said I would try to get up Sunday night, but it'll be up for Monday. At least it'll be released for the accountability meeting, but probably tonight. So going to do my best to get it up. But that's why I have to get off. So do it ASAP. ASAP. I'm not gonna text anyone super late if it's late, but I will. You'll be able to check and you'll see. I want you guys to be able to start it Monday morning. So don't worry. I'm just putting it out there. But I'll do my best to have it. You'll probably be asleep though, to be honest. Let's see here. It's Phil's birthday, so we'll have to do a whole Swole fam vote. Does Phil get the card by default? Happy birthday, Phil! You get some cake. So if you want to give the card, now we do this sometimes. It has to be unanimous. It has to be like well, I mean, there's always gonna be an asshole. But if Phil gets the card, if Phil gets some Scorched Earth, just drop some biceps and gorillas to vote for Phil. Phil Strong. Scorched Earth, give Phil the card. All right, we got one. Jimmy P's voting for Phil. We got one. We got one Phil. One Phil so far. You deserve from Swole family birthday love. Okay, we got two. One from Jessica. Very nice. Give it to Phil. How many spankings, Phil? Sarah, be nice. Ellen, give it to Phil. Happy birthday. Okay, now I can't click them all. Now you guys give Phil the card. All right, give it to Phil. All right, so guess what? We got some Phil action. Where are we at here? Haha, no cake. My man, congratulations, Phil. Congratulations! You have earned, and because it was unanimous, happy birthday, Phil, from the Swole fam. Boom. Congratulations, Phil. Send us the email. Obviously, this is going to you. That'd be awkward. Someone's like, happy birthday, Phil. Who the fuck is Phil? Happy birthday, Phil, from the Swole fam. 13/9/5. The eve, the release of Scorched Earth. So send us that email, Phil, and the mailing address and all that shit. Even if you've sent it before, make sure you send. Love the fam. The fam loves you. Oh, the scroll music. I still got to play the scroll music. All right, here we go. A little thing. Sorry. Who's going to get the card? I don't know. Who are we going to get the card to? Let's scrolling. Who are we going to give the card to? I'm curious. I don't know. Oh no. Hey, Phil, congratulations. Phil, you won. I just have this, conveniently, I have the happy birthday, Phil Swole fam. Congratulations, Phil. You won Swole card 1395. Awkward. What time is Scorched Earth going live, Papa Pump? Well, every moment I stay here, the later, every minute later. There's a couple things still have to do for it. A couple videos need to get up. So actually, didn't soon. Scorched Earth. Scorched Earth. Scorched Earth. Stop whining.
Come on, stop whining.
Soon. I'm going to get up as soon as I can. Promise. Promise. What I will do is, how about this? When it's officially launched, I will drop, I'll post up. You can check, but I don't want you reloading. That's going to be like, I don't want you reload. I want you to, I'll post up in the private group. All right. I'll post up in the private group and I'll be like here and I'll link to it. And if you have unlimited access, I'll take you right to it. So I will link there. And then that way, if you see me post, I'll pin it into the announcements. That way you'll see it and you'll have it and you'll know where to get for it. So changing a baby butt right now too. Yeah. Good luck with that. Yes. I love contextual soundboards. Nailed it. Papa, why not giving Swole cards away for birthday for members? I think that'll be awesome. Just happened. It just happened. That just happened. I'm giving away, look, to be honest, it's enough for me to like get these all mailed out as is. So let's, I don't need to add things to the list yet, but yeah, of course, all these things are great ideas. I love it. Well, I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect if it's your birthday, it's your birthday, legit. Fucking hell yeah. But I would love to do it. I like birthday Swole cards. You know, the great thing is, if you're a Swole fan member, if we get to that and I'm sending out card, then hell yeah. But I think is I have some of your birthdays, but I don't have your mailing addresses. So, we can submit that, but I can Swole text you. But we'll do that. We'll do that at some point. I thought about that already. I like that idea. You're welcome, Collins. Thank you so much. If it wasn't for content creators like you, I wouldn't have had the motivation to lose 30 pounds. Still going strong. Good shit. Fuck yeah. Ellen, I'm 25 this month. Freaking out. Ooh, a quarter of a century. Oh my God. Better start that yoga so you don't get stiff. You're going to need it in 50 years. Nah, good for you. I have to sub. This is crazy positive. Great. This fucking fam is amazing. Yeah, subscribe if you want to learn more. If you want to join the Swole fam, remember that tomorrow is the weekly accountability meeting. Tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time, private, members only, priority access in the Swole fam group. So if you're interested in joining, go to swolenormousx.com. You can check it out and you could join the Swole fam, even if you don't want unlimited access. I don't know why you wouldn't, but you can get started for less than $3. So it's $2.99 to join the Swole fam, and it's fire. And I'll see you tomorrow if you decide to do so. So that'd be a great place to start. Do I know who Kai Hibbert is? No, I don't. Someone who keeps on asking. I don't know who that is. You're welcome. Well, I appreciate everything that you do for me. I appreciate that everyone is here. What I love about the Swole fam is that we're all investing in each other. So everyone is here. You're investing your time. You're investing financially. You're investing emotionally. You're investing just with all that. And it's the least I can do to keep on, putting in what I can. So everything that comes in energy wise goes right back in. So the more that there's so many more ideas, the only thing is that there's only so much you can do in one day. And there's only so much that I can do. I have so many ideas and there's a lot of stuff that we're building out. So Scorched Earth is it's just the fucking beginning. And I know I flipped the script and surprised you all with like the release date. So super excited. Scorched Earth is going to be fucking stupid. It's going to be stupid awesome. I mean, it is stupid awesome, but you're going to fucking love it. The preheat phase is great. And it's a great segue from whatever program you're doing, 90-day dash or Swole season. And it's going to ramp you up solid. It's going to ramp you up solid for phase one. Boom, boom, boom. Dun-dun-dun. Dun, dun, dun. Who's ready? Scorched earth. Scorched earth. Scorched earth. What? Scorched earth. No way. Really? Is that true? Biggest loser contestant who broke her NDA and told everyone what really happened? What does that mean? Oh, that's Kai. Is that something new? Oh, okay. No, I haven't. Ooh. Oh, she wrote a book. Oh, so this is old. Interesting. What do I think of Amberlynn's weight loss? I know nothing about it. I don't follow her content. I've made some videos on her. I don't follow her. So I don't know. I think it's good. I think she should. Okay, we're done. We're done. I appreciate this. We do this every single week, but you could also tune into the podcast every day. Tomorrow is private. You could join the Swole fam. If you want to go to swolenormousx.com, you can learn if you want to join and get access to all the traveling cast. If I'm out of town, if I'm out of the office, out of the Swole hole, the members, the private live streams, any priority access goes in Swole TV and is streamed live in the private group. But then we're back on Tuesday on the other channel. So in the related channels, the Daily Swole channel every single day. And of course, you can subscribe to the podcast and catch the audio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everywhere. All right. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for episode 1395, Ask Papa Swolio Live, the most muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gaincast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. I will see you tomorrow, fam, 12 noon Eastern time, accountability meeting. I will be posting tonight when Scorched Earth launches. Fucking, you're going to be, all I got to do is say is, Scorched Earth is coming, fam. I'm going to get right on it. Love you all, and we'll be talking real soon. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Ya boy. Papa Swolio. Out.